welcome back to Totally Jim Radio. We are here, we're live, and let's get on our guest. I am so excited for this moment. Let's welcome to the show the one and the only Marion Ross. Marion, how are you doing?
Oh, hello, children. How are you? I'm pretty darn good. Isn't that nice?
I tell you, I'm glad you said that because one of my life goals is to meet you and just to give you a hug because growing up, you were truly like a second mother to me. And even, as I've grown up and become a parent, I still go back and I have my children sit and watch those old Happy Days episodes so they can learn from, the teachings of the Cunninghams and what the Cunninghams grew up to become. Because I always thought it was such a positive role model show.
Well, it was a beautiful kind of fantasy, but not so much of a fantasy. We were all kind of like that back there in the 50s. Of course, we shot that in the 80s, Well, yeah. I'm so happy to talk to you, honey. I'm so happy to talk to you.
I am too. It's kind of like I started getting into the book and started. I do the audio books. I started listening to the book the other day, and I was actually kind of surprised because it seems like you thought like nobody would really be interested in learning about your life.
Well, when we made Happy Days, my part as Marion was so unimportant. Tom Bosley was very important as the father. But I must say that as the years went on, my part got better and better, and I did become more important. But the show went through so much of a change. The minute the Fonz walked off with that show in his pocket,
right.
It was a whole different story.
Was that kind of shocking for you, like the true explosion of how big that show had gotten?
No, we could see that this is the direction the show was going to go, and we were just glad that they didn't the Fonz off onto his own show. The fact that
right.
he wanted to stay within the Cunningham family. So that was good for all of us. Absolutely.
Now, how about like when Ron Howard decided to leave? I mean, did you you were a seasoned veteran in the acting business at that point. Did you kind of say to yourself like, Ron, like, what are you doing? We have a hit show here. Why would you leave?
Right. No, in fact, Ron called each one of us personally, called us, and explained to him that he had been given this wonderful opportunity with NBC. And he said, the worst thing that it could ruin the show. It could maybe bring down the show. And I personally, and all of us did, we said to Ron, you go with it, darling. You take this opportunity they've given you, and you go with it. We'll all be fine,
Wow. That's
because
I guess
you didn't know. It could have brought the show down. You never know. But it didn't.
It
true.
Didn't. Now, how tough was that, like, doing that final episode when he left? I mean, I remember sitting there crying when he left.
If you see the film, you can see that we were all crying. We were all crying. And, the very next morning, we all got on a plane and flew to Okinawa, played softball with the U.S. Marines. Can you believe that?
Oh, wow. That's right, you guys, with the softball team. That was such a huge thing.
It was a very great device to keep us together. Gary Marshall played first base, and it was really his idea. So anyway, we all flew to Okinawa. We played softball with the U.S. Marines, and we earlier, a couple of years earlier, we had flown to the East German border and played softball with the U.S. infantry. Can you believe it? So It was a device. It was a device that kept us together. Isn't that fun? Because everybody there was a good ball player. Ron Howard was a wonderful right field, and they taught the Fonz how to pitch. They had to teach you,
Oh, that's funny. Do you think moments like that off screen really help build the relationship that has kept you guys close all these years later?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's very unusual. So, but in fact, recently we were all together because Ron had a big birthday party. He and his daughter Bryce Dallas Howard shared their birthday party, had a huge big birthday party, and we all came. Everybody came.
Oh, nice.
So,
that's so nice.
It was, yeah. So, some shows you never see the people again, but we stick together.
That's awesome. That is so
and
awesome.
They have all been very helpful with my book. They all recorded a chapter, and it's a family. It really is a family.
Now, was like when they did their parts for your co-writer who like did their interviews and stuff? I heard like you didn't want to be there and know what they said.
Right. I didn't want to write a book. No, I wasn't going to write a book. So my son brought David and Laurel to my house, and so they tie you up in a chair, right, and make you start talking, and it was fun for me. It was fun for me to I recorded it. He wrote it down.
Okay. Now, was there anything like that you thought to yourself that made it in the book that maybe I shouldn't talk about this?
Well, I didn't have a good relationship with Tom Bosley, so I did talk about that, and for some reason it took us a long time. I mean, even a couple of years to bond. He wasn't keen on me, so that was. Usually, everybody likes me. I mean, what's not to like?
Right.
What's not to like, right?
That's hard to believe, though. I'm kind of shocked by that.
I know. So I had to. It was tough on me. So I just had to keep my peace and get through that period of my life. So. And then it finally went away. Isn't that nice? Yeah. But I was very close to the Fonz, very close.
Good old Arthur Fonzarelli.
Yes, I was very fond of him, and for Ron has been such a good friend, and he wrote the foreword on my book, and the book is doing very nicely. I'm surprised. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun?
That is. It's exciting. You are a very important person in millions and millions of people's lives.
Well, yes, I certainly didn't wreck it. You know what I mean? I didn't do anything bad along the trail.
Right.
I'm from Minnesota, and it's not very glamorous, but I'm a really nice person. You know what I mean? I mean, like
right.
Your mother. I'm probably like your mother, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There was a funny story. It was kind of weird that I heard as I was listening to the book that it sounds like Shirley Temple was a big influence in you wanting to get into the entertainment business, and then you finally had the opportunity to meet her, and she kind of blew you off at first.
Oh, I'm sorry. A train just ran by, so I've been out on the patio, so I'm stepping inside. So who was this I was talking to that you were telling about?
Shirley Temple. It sounded like Shirley Temple was a big influence on you.
Oh my God, Shirley Temple. Right, because all of us TV moms were there for the Rose Bowl parade, one morning, and she was the Grand Marshal. She was the Grand Marshal of the Rose Bowl parade that particular year. And Shirley Temple is just my age. And for me to meet Shirley Temple, oh my God, it's just it's unbelievable. So I went to meet her with my arms stretched out, tears are in my eyes, and she said, this. Don't mess me up. Don't be hugging me and messing me up. And I thought, okay. So then she goes over to my agent and she said, is that mother from Happy Days? And I thought, and he told me, and he said, be careful or I'll start singing the Good Ship Lollipop. And she said, don't you dare, I'll kill you. So I thought, oh my God, Shirley Temple actually knew who I was. I don't think you're so young. I don't think you have any idea what that means to me.
Oh, I can imagine. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we had a Shirley Temple doll in the house, and it was quite tall. It was a wonderful doll. My God, to actually meet her, and that she would know who the heck I was. I mean, I can't believe it. You're so cute. You're so cute the way you laugh. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Going back to the Happy Days world, how many times do you get asked about Chuck?
All the time. We get asked all the time about Chuck. In fact, I do believe that we did have two different Chucks. Can you believe that? Two different Chucks.
That's right.
We just didn't need him. What a terrible family. We didn't need him. So if you go up in the attic and you see Chuck, pretend you don't see him. It's like
poor Chuck. Just ignore Chuck. Now it's funny too. I didn't realize until I started going through and everything that you were actually the grandma on SpongeBob.
Oh, I am. I'm SpongeBob SquarePants' grandma. Yes, in the cartoon. And I didn't even know who SpongeBob was. What do I know? Oh my! You can see how much fun I'm having with my life, right?
You really are, which leads me to like I question the name of the book where it's My Days, Happy and Otherwise, where you're kind of like, is that kind of like a message to say like
I know,
not everything was happy?
But the otherwise was that I had gotten divorced. This was before Happy Days. I got divorced. I didn't have any money. I had 2 children to support. So there was I hit a bad section. And I have a feeling that every one of us has a bad section.
Sure.
You may not have one yet, but there, it's good. It's obviously good for us. Good training. Do you know who
Absolutely.
my children are? You know what? My daughter Ellen was a writer-producer on Friends, of all things, and now she's creating a new pilot, and for ABC, she's filming it, and it's got, all I know is it's got John Larroquette is in it, and that's all I know about it.
Okay.
So that's my daughter Ellen. All right, that's Ellen. Now, my son Jim, and his last name is Meskimen, he's in a commercial right now where he plays George Washington being hauled across the freeway in his boat for, it's Geico. I think it's Geico.
Yes.
And he's
George
Washington. Yeah, you've seen him, so that's my son. So, not so bad, huh?
No. So, which I wondered, like, I mean, you're a person who grew up through the industry and went through it. Like, I guess they wanted to truly follow in your footsteps. Did you ever, like, kind of say, like, maybe you don't want to go this direction?
Well, I never encouraged them. It was only when they were out of college that they wanted to do this. It was only later on that they chose to do this, because it's I don't know if you know that, but it's not a very easy industry. It's not easy for children It's not. It's not a piece of cake. No.
Yeah, that's why I would get kind of like scared if my children would have wanted to go into that same industry.
Right. Yeah. It's there. I would say it's expanding now. It is expanding so much, so it's bigger and easier. When I started, I was under contract to Paramount when I was 22. Paramount Studios.
Right.
And at that period, everything was shot here in Hollywood on the lot. And when we only had three, we had 20th Century Fox, we had Paramount, we had Warner Brothers, and everything was pretty much shot here. Now it's all opened up. It's a big thing. We're all over the world.
Right.
All over the world. Yeah.
How was it? Do you ever go through your resume of work and all, and just can you sit and picture the moments from those shows and just wow, it's been a hell of a career.
Well, it's because I'm 89 now. That's why I only now am retired. I am retired now, but I've worked hard and all these years. So.
Why did you retire? You should just keep going.
Because I'm not so quick. Sometimes I would say, "What is that line?" Yeah, what is that line? What am I supposed to say here? They said, "Well, it's very simple." I said, "I know, but I've forgotten it already. What is it?" I think it's time for me to say, children, it's okay. It's all right. I don't mind at all.
How did you ever talk to your children what it was like for them to share their mom with America?
Oh, they did it. They did it. They would come on the set of Happy Days. They were on a Friday night and come down, and they'd say, "We don't like to come, Mother. You introduce us to everybody, and then you go and play with your friends." And you're all different. It's just all different. So, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
Yeah.
How much do you think? How much of Mrs. C was Marion Ross? Was there a lot of the same person in there?
Oh yes, a lot. So it was very easy for me to play it because I used myself. Right.
Yeah. How about you appeared with another iconic mom that I know I looked up to on the Brady Bunch, Florence Henderson.
Yes, on Florence, my God, my dear Florence has passed away. She was a very good friend. But did you ever see a show? You know what? One of my favorite roles, Scotch-Irish girl that I am, played a Jewish Polish grandmother on Brooklyn Bridge. And that was one of my favorite roles that I played. You may never have seen
really?
it.
No.
We played it on CBS, but we only made about 35 shows, Did you think you saw? Did you see that show?
I did not.
No, but it meant a lot to me, and it was a wonderful show. Yeah.
I'm looking it up now. Yeah.
Well,
so that's the one that you truly. That's the one you were truly most proud of.
Gary Goldberg created it, and so it was on CBS. And, yeah.
Okay. And you think that one that's the one you're most proud of?
Oh, I enjoyed playing that because for me, I had an accent, and I'm not Jewish, so I would say they hired a coach for me, and
oh wow!
I would say to my husband, "Listen, take me to Fairfax. I want to go to this deli, and I want to go to this special market. I want to go. I'm just shopping up. I just loved the whole Jewish culture. I just loved it. And shopping up,
Oh, that's fun stuff. That is fun stuff.
Yeah.
So now, are you still doing like because I was kind of really bummed out. I guess it was maybe 2 years ago. You were doing an appearance at the Schiller Theater Convention in New Jersey, and I got there late and I missed you. And I was. Do you still do like the convention scene at all, like the autographs?
I don't do as much as Henry does. You know, I don't. So I don't do that, darling. You know, because I am really trying to be retired. You know.
Trying to. I guess you worked long enough. You can enjoy yourself now. Sit back and relax.
Well, and I'm enjoying all this fooling around with the book. It's fun. You know, it's fun. You know, I get to talk to you. You're a lovely man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm honored. Believe me, I'm so honored to talk to you.
Thank you.
So, now with the book, what if they decide they want to make the movie of your life? Who would you want to play you?
Let me think. Let me think of somebody wonderful. You know who would be beautiful would be somebody like Michelle Pfeiffer. Wouldn't that be lovely? Wouldn't she be lovely? She's a wonderful actress. Wouldn't that be interesting? Yeah.
That would be. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, how funny. Yeah.
That would be good.
Well,
we got to make that happen.
Well, you know what's nice is I'm such a good friend with Henry Winkler and such a good friend with Ron Howard. It's just now Gary Marshall is gone and our director Jerry Paris is gone. I think I'm the last man standing. Am I? I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
So
yeah, it's sad. It's sad we're losing everybody.
I have to take good care of myself because I got to last. In fact, I had a life insurance policy, and they said, you know, it's going to expire when you reach 100. I said, do you know? I am gonna outlive this damn because I would probably be 100 and God knows what 5 or something. So I canceled the life insurance. How about that? What about
Look at
that?
you. Good for you.
I did. Because I said I'm not paying into this thing. If it's going to stop when I'm 100, and you know I'm going to outlive it. So
you got the last laugh on them. I like that.
So now I have to live to be over 100, or I've just shortchanged myself, right? Right.
Oh, you got this. You got this with no problem. I already know that.
Well, fun.
That's
Isn't
great.
it fun?
That is,
yeah.
that
Life
is fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nice. Well, Marion, I can't thank you enough for doing this. Where do you want us to still send anyone, to anywhere special for the book, to Amazon.com, I'm guessing, or?
I think so. I think you can get it there, or Barnes & Noble. Yeah. So I hope you enjoy it.
I am. I am, and thank you so much for talking to us tonight. It's been an honor.
Well, I had a good time talking to you, darling. I hope I didn't keep you too long. Okay? All right.
Not at all. Actually, would you mind taking a phone call real quick? Because actually, I think my cousin is on the phone and she wanted to talk to you.
Oh, all right. I would love to.
Let me, hey, cuz, is this you?
Hey, it is.
Hey,
yes.
Marion, this is my cousin Booby. And actually, I was thinking about this, and she asked me earlier if she can call in and say hello to you. I thought to myself, her mom reminded me of you. You guys looked very much alike.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. My mom had red hair, and she was a beautiful person. She died very, very young. And every time I look at you, I think of my mom, actually. She died at 47, 36 years ago. So, but she was a beautiful, kind woman like you. But hi, Mrs. C. I'm cousin Booby.
Well,
so
I'm
nice
so
to talk to you.
so happy. I'm so happy to talk to you, darling. That's lovely. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, darling.
I'm going to buy your book. I'm going to go to Barnes & Noble. It's already out?
Yes.
Uh-huh. I think you'll enjoy it, darling. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to go to
glad.
Barnes & Noble tomorrow and get your book. But I wanted to ask you something. So if you could give advice to the youth of today, as in with the what you know about life and how you raised that TV family. And I know it was a TV family, but to us, they were real people and they were real morals, and that was a real family. And so if you could give the youth of today some good advice, because as you see, our world can be looked at as if it's in shambles, what good advice would you give us to give our youth, to give our kids?
Isn't it interesting? I am such an optimistic person, and the way I look at life is you can be anything that you want to be, and if you can be in charge of your own life and you run it and you be what you want to be, don't worry about all this other mess. No, just if I could do it, you could do it. I'm a very optimistic person. Try to keep healthy children. Try to keep away from bad habits, okay? I was always very careful with myself. So be careful with your morals, careful with everything.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
That's beautiful advice.
Definitely, enforce
well,
positivity.
We have to say goodbye now, my darlings. I have to say
Love
goodbye.
you, Mrs. C. You're going to outlive that
darling.
policy.
I had the best time. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.
How
Goodbye.
cute is she, Bay?
Bye.
God bless her. How
Bye.
cute was she, Bay?
Bye.
Take care,
She's
Mary.
still there.
Bye-bye.
She's so cute.
Oh, I love her.
She's really
such an amazing
cute.
person.
Yeah,
Such an amazing person.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, really cool. Really cool to get to talk to her. She's kind and she's sweet and she's genuine. You can pick that up in her right away.
Oh yeah. I got scared when because we were supposed to do this interview last week, and I was going to a show, so I pushed it to this week. And when I called her assistant answered. She's like, "Oh, I thought we changed it for another day." I'm like, "Yeah, we changed it for today." She's like, "Oh, hang on." I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah. Wow. Thank God it worked out. Yeah, she's real nice. She's real sweet. I am going to really go get her book tomorrow too, for sure.
Yeah, I started listening to it the other day, and it's interesting. There's actually I didn't even get a chance to ask her. There was this thing I saw she was talking about where she ended up on the casting couch very early on, like in her career.
Really?
And how she was married, and she told the guy like, "Yo, I'm married. How dare you?" And she kind of told the guy off, and she still got the part.
Oh wow! See that?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was. That was a good one. That was a good one. So thanks for letting me ask her a question.
That was a good question, Cuz.
Yeah, insight from her, man. You got to run with that for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, Cuz. Love you. Thanks for letting me chat a minute.
Yep.
All right. Talk
to you Sunday, Cuz. All right, love you.
Yep. See you Sunday. See you.
All right. Wow. Marion Ross.
It's funny though, because this is the second or third of the what I would call big time classic TV ones, and each one of them has dropped sort of like a casual "I was hanging with someone awesome" bomb. You know what I mean? Like he's like, "Let me tell you about Shirley Temple." You know what I mean? When Cindy Williams was on, it was like, I was at a bar serving Jim Morrison one time, or Jim Morrison one time. Yeah, I was like, holy hell, so casual about it. You know what I mean?
Well, dude, like I was going through and like checking out like other interviews and stuff she did over the last couple of weeks with the book promos and all. I mean, like one of her first roles, she was opposite Clark Gable. I mean, like just icons she's worked with.
That's awesome.